My dear friends, I wake up to a new reality, a new world, yes, and I'm proud to say that I live in a nation that decides the world's trajectory depending on what is going on internally, depending on what is going on politically. I think what we have seen is truly a historic comeback, and it is historic because things in life and in general typically swing between two extremes. And what I've been observing lately is that we are on the trajectory from the more conservative values to more relaxed values, to more liberal values. And to interrupt that pattern is huge. It is an absolutely amazing historic victory. And I am so happy because it is actually the reason why I chose to leave Luxembourg in 2011 to come to the country that I love, a country that can really make things happen when it turns on its enormous might that it has when it works together. And that is something that we can finally do again because of all the alignment that we now have with the president, the House, and the Senate. In this video, I will go through the different aspects that explain why I believe that we are about to have the best 4 years we have ever had, and why I also think that this election was the most important election of our lifetime, because so many important factors are being decided now that will absolutely set the stage to bring the United States and the Western world in a situation where we can continue to live in safety, in happiness, and with protection, and with money. Because at the end of the day, if I have learned one thing with my American business dream, is that money does make happy. Money solves problems. Money is a necessity to make progress in life. And I think that is ultimately what the American voter has gone to the polling stations with. So let's talk about the economy. If you look at the numbers of the S&P 500, of the Dow, of crypto, it is absolutely insane. And I strongly believe that a very important factor of the future and economies in the future is decentralized storage of value, is crypto. And when I was in Nashville, when Trump and RFK spoke, they made it very clear that they were not gonna stand in the way of cryptocurrencies. If there is something that is so decisively and obviously shaping the future, we need the United States to bring the infrastructure to run with that. Currently, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, they have a strong foothold on Asia. And I believe with what is happening now, it's coming back because we have enormous economic power here in this country. There are so many aspects of the economy that I believe will get a lot better because we have a businessman at the helm of our country. We have a person at the helm of our country who is willing to make alliances with people that truly have experience in the field. And he's not going to rely on age-old political affiliations that don't bring any value to the country. If you think about the collaboration between Trump and RFK, if you think about the alignment between Trump and Elon Musk, if you think about all of that, it shows that we have a president now that will be able and will know how to position us as the most prominent and strongest country in the world. So cryptocurrencies, a protection of our industries, bringing certain industries back to US soil, all of that is very likely going to fuel economic prosperity, and that is what we all need. I have to tell you that I am a strong believer in AI, and that I am absolutely convinced that up to 95% of what humans are doing now will either be replaced or supplemented with AI. The problem is that people are afraid to acknowledge that. And I believe that President Trump, with his pragmatic business acumen, is not going to be like that. He's going to position the country to fully leverage artificial intelligence, and he's going to listen to people who understand AI more than anyone else, such as Elon Musk. He's going to listen to them, and he's going to make sure that we take AI and do the absolute most with that huge potential. I am of the strong opinion that you have to protect your safe haven. You have to protect your resources. And the truth is that we are in a phase in planetary history where so many resources are at risk. Water, energy, food, all of those things that humans desperately need and want are present in our United States. And of course, that means that people are coming from where that is not. They come here to have access to that. There is no infinite space for everyone. I don't believe in that. So we have to be very grateful and thankful to live in a country that has protected borders and that has legal pathways to stay here. And just like I chose that pathway, many more people in the future will choose that pathway. The markets have reacted extremely well to the change, and I can tell you that will continue to be the case. I hope you've been listening to me and you have invested in cryptocurrencies, you've invested in AI, you've invested in chips, you've invested in energy and commodities. I really hope you've done so. Last but not least, social justice and tolerance. Ever since I have set foot onto this continent, I have been treated with respect, dignity, and fairness. Never have I ever felt that I was treated in a way that was not appropriate. And I think that there is something going on, and I noticed that particularly when I spent a good amount of time in the Pacific Northwest. There's something going on which I call the intolerance of the tolerant. The so-called people who are supposed to be tolerant, more intolerant than what they can see. And that is a big problem. So we do have important issues such as women's productive rights, such as LGBTQ2 plus issues, such as all other kinds of social. But I strongly believe that those issues will take care of itself when all of the above that I have addressed so far is going to be taken care of. I know it with the deepest conviction that I can have. So let's all look forward to a very strong and prosperous next 4 years, World War III averted, and probably the best freaking amazing time I've ever had so far.